What's up, family? Welcome back out of the darkness. I am Q. I'm sorry I made a video a little bit earlier and I had to take it down because the audio was absolutely terrible. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I wanted to come back and talk to you guys because it was a really important topic I had to get off my chest. I'm going to say this. If you were easily offended, shut this video off. You do not want to watch it. I promise it is going to be offensive, but it has to be said. Bill Barr came out over the weekend and said that Trump is burning down the Republican Party. Immediately I got offended. I said, wait a minute, how could you say that about this man? He's actually the first president in my lifetime that I've ever actually voted for. Now, I've voted in the past because that's my civic duty, but I've always voted against someone and not necessarily for someone. I voted against Hillary Clinton in 2016. I voted for Donald Trump in 2020. Why? Because he had earned my vote. I felt that he had kept his word and that he was acting in the best interest of the American people. There was no question in my mind who his allegiance was to, which is not something I could have said about any other president in the past in my lifetime. Now, I immediately got upset. Then I thought, wait a minute, why shouldn't the Republican Party be burnt down? I mean, the Democrat Party should be burnt down as well, but why shouldn't the Republican Party be burnt down? What has the Republican Party done for me as an American? Now, before you guys start lecturing me on what they did in the civil rights era and to do away with Jim Crow and what they did in way back in the 1800s to do away with slavery, before you bore me with those details, I said in my lifetime. And if you have to go that far in history in order to explain to me what the merits of the Republican Party is, that is a problem in and of itself, is it not? It is frustrating to me that this party, these parties, this uniparty has become not a party for the people, not a force for good for the American people, but it has simply become the Reds versus the Blues. You might as well say the Crips versus the Bloods. This has become not a party, but it has become a gang. And we have been told to pledge our oath to a specific gang and to be willing to fight in the streets against other people from the same neighborhood, from the same family, and destroy our country much as the streets in inner cities have been destroyed because people's allegiance to a color or to a gang. That's not what I signed up for. As far as I'm concerned, the Republican Party needs to be burnt down. The Republican Party is not for the people. What happened? Donald Trump came along and Donald Trump said he spoke like us. He spoke like the everyday American people. Why are we spending our most precious resources in the forms of people, in the forms of our men and women? Why are we sending them to fight for wars that have absolutely nothing to do with us? That used to be something that was unifying. For some reason, now it's something that's taboo. He said, why are we buying oil from our enemies, people who chant death to America? Why are we buying oil from them when we have that resource under our feet and plenty of it? Why not pump our own and become energy independent? That's not something that should be party driven. That's just something that when you expect someone loves your country and is looking out for the best interest of its people, that they are going to go along with. He said things like, why are we spending the hard-earned money of the taxpayer to support NATO, to support the UN? They have far more to gain by those alliances than we do. We have an ocean on both sides of us. Why are we fitting the bill for all of this? It made perfectly sense to everyday Americans. So as far as I was concerned, Trump ascended the party. It was more important to me to vote for people as opposed to voting for a party. They are trying their hardest to get your allegiance tied back to the party. The Republican Party lost me this last election when I talked to several people that I knew that were running against members of the squad, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and they were told by the National Republican Party, wait a minute, we have to be careful how much we put into your campaign because we make a lot of money. The Republican Party gains a lot of money by getting people to vote against the squad. We raise money running against the squad, which told me they are not interested in getting rid of those people. They are interested in claiming to get rid of those people. One of the things that hit me very, very hard that I had to learn as an adult is that it is much more profitable to treat cancer than to cure cancer. I know that sounds terrible, but I'll say it again. It is much more profitable to treat cancer than to cure cancer. We could cure cancer, but it makes way too much money to treat it. We could fix our country, but it makes more money to promise to fix our country. We learned this back in, years ago, back in 2012. We were promised for years by Republicans, we get back the power, we're going to get rid of Obamacare. We gave them the House, we gave them the Senate, we gave them the presidency. Did they get rid of Obamacare? Absolutely not. They promised that they would, but they did not. Donald Trump came along and made promises and actually kept them. And that was something that they could not tolerate, because fixing problems is not what Washington is about. Promising to fix problems is far more profitable. I learned when I got into real estate a long time ago that sometimes it is better to tear everything down to the foundation and rebuild than trying to save a structure that is already rotten. Like, comment, share. I will see you guys next time. Be blessed.